In the dry, arid lands in the dunes of Demrod, a lone wanderer travels through the raging sandstorm. As the sandstorm began to clear, a structure emerged from the dunes. The wanderer, curious and in need of shelter, decided to enter the structure. "What is this place?" the wanderer asks himself. "Who has dared to enter the Hall of the Dunes?" The wanderer, terrified, pleads to the guardian and apologizes for intruding. "I didn't know. I just thought it was some ancient ruins," the wanderer replies. The guardian, being full of arrogance, was amused by the fact that a creature managed to make it this far. You are quite the resilient one, human. Why have you come to my hall?" the guardian asks. I just want to have shelter, water, and want to live," says the wanderer. "Do you seriously think that I will allow a grain of sand like you to seek shelter in my hall?" responds the guardian. The wanderer, upset, replies, "I'm sorry, I will leave right now. Just please spare me." Before you vanish into the sands, know of a pathway which lies in the jagged mountains of the west. A pathway which leads to the glorious fabled Legends Valley. In its cradle lies a creature of myth. A creature whose horn is to unlock a power so immeasurable, its wielder would gain the power to bring the entire world, including us guardians, to our knees. "Why do you tell me this? Why do you share something so powerful?" questions the wanderer. "Because it amuses me. A man like you wouldn't even make it past a few dunes anymore," mocks the guardian. The guardian, in a terrifying tone, "You will fall and join the rest of the grains of sand. And when you fall, so will these words." The wanderer, shaken, turns around and leaves. But what the guardian did not know was that his arrogance just sparked the greatest disaster in the history of Auros. The wanderer, proving the guardian wrong, manages to travel till night fell and stumbles upon a camp. A member of the camp, hesitantly, approached the wanderer, confused who this figure emerging from the dark is. "You there, do you need any help? Come, have some rest till the morning," says the camp member as the wanderer decides to accept the invitation. "What happened to you? You look like you haven't had anything in days," says the camp member. "I've been lost in this desert for a long time, just trying to make my way to Natalop," replies the wanderer. "The city of Natalop? That's a journey from here. You can rest here tonight," replies the camp member. The wanderer thanks the camp. "Thank you very much for letting me stay the night and providing for me." "You're welcome. Anything else you need?" asks the camp member. "Nope, I will now continue my journey," replies the wanderer. "Then safe travels," hollers the camp member as the wanderer continues their journey to Natalop. Far from the desert of Demrod lies the jewel of Auros, the city of Natalop, a symbol of power, wealth, rich trade, and art. In the throne room, King Mysop and his advisor, Rommel, have a talk. "It's been quiet lately. No patrol reports, merchant issues, or anything," says King Mysop. "Peace is something we should preserve, that we must protect, Your Majesty. We should always be prepared to uphold this peace," says his advisor, Rommel. "You've been talking like we're about to plunge ourselves into a war lately, Rommel. We should always have good trust that if anything were to happen, the guardians would warn us," says the king. "Would they? They only serve themselves. You have too much faith in them," replies Rommel. "You weren't always like this, Rommel." Mysop, intrigued, says, "Change is gradual, my king, but it always arrives," says Rommel in a weird tone, making Mysop feel slight uneasiness. "Let him in," Mysop responds to the knock. "Everyone! Everyone!" shouts what looked to be a crazy man in the king's hall. "I have spoken with the guardian of the dunes." This catches Rommel's focused attention. "I have a message his arrogant self never thought would be delivered." "Go on," King Mysop says. "As I pleaded for shelter, he dismissed me like I was a piece of undeserving nothing, like a grain of sand. He thought I would perish in the desert of Demrod, that my message would perish along with me. He then told me of a fable about Legends Valley, and in it lies a mythical creature whose horn is key to immeasurable power.
So it was real.
Rommel thought to himself. I've read about it. The books mention nothing about its location but distant lands, replies Rommel. Did he by chance mention how to get to this valley? Mysop asks the wanderer. He said, in order to reach it, you must cross the pathway in the jagged mountains of the west, replied the wanderer. Rommel, you look oddly calm about this news. What is on your mind, friend? Asks Mysop. Rommel looks to face the king. Well, if what the man's saying is true, then history is about to change. Well, let us hope that it changes for the better, Mysop, with a concerned face, replies. How can he be so gullible? Rommel thinks to himself. Most definitely, for the better, Rommel replies. Thank you for this message, Mysop tells the wanderer. You may leave now. Yes, your majesty, the wanderer says. At night, Rommel, in his office, earlier intrigued, became obsessed with the tale of the Legends Valley.
I must know everything, Rommel says to himself.
Rommel's obsession led to him deciding to read all volumes of The Panel of Balance, a series of 7 volumes that he brought from the library. Origins.
The Guardians, long before kings and empires were appointed by a long-forgotten
Guardian Code.
6 powers, bound to an oath.
The biomes.
Dunes, earth, frost, inferno, corruption,
The Legends Valley. The horn and the tomb. Orders of power. No guardian shall overstep their bounds. Rommel, confused and shocked at the sight of the empty 6th shelf. I know I had a 6th one. Where did this one go? That's odd, Rommel thinks to himself, but moves on to the 7th book. Collapse of the lands. When a guardian falls, their biome becomes unstable. What could the 6th book be about? Rommel tries to remember any hints from the previous books. Wait, Rommel recalls from Origins. The Guardians have been appointed by a long forgotten. There was someone before the Guardians, and that someone doesn't want me to know.